Hey guys, welcome back. Chris here with Marksman Shooting Sports and WeBuyGuns.com in Westfield, Indiana, and you are watching Marksman TV. Today I'm going to give you guys an update on what is going on with our YouTube channel as well as with the business. I've been getting a lot of questions through email and in the comment section of the video, so I thought it was right and about the right time to give you guys just a formal video update on everything addressing all of those questions. So if that sounds interesting to you, please stick around. That's coming up now. So getting into this, I'm going to divide this video into basically two sections. First, we're going to talk about YouTube in general, and second, we're going to talk about WeBuyGuns.com and Marksman Shooting Sports, which is our brick and mortar store here in Westfield, Indiana. So starting off with the YouTube channel, a lot of things are changing. A lot of you guys have noticed that a lot of the content that we are focusing on now is largely the unboxing videos. There's a lot of reasons for that, and I wanted to go through that as I get that question all the time. Why does it seem like all you guys are putting up is unboxing video content? So the first thing I want to discuss is the YouTube layout. There's been a lot of changes that have been happening at YouTube. It's been an evolving organism over the 5 or so years that we have been publishing content on the platform. And a lot of you guys have gathered probably from other channels and just through your use of observation that things, especially this year, are changing drastically on the platform. First of all, there was a lot of hubbub over firearm content involving use of suppressors and magazines and things like that. Another thing that that has happened specifically to our channel this year is it seems like every single video that I put up, including this one, every single thing that I put up and that I monetize immediately gets demonetized. I then have to request a human reviewer to review the video, and then that reviewer will choose to keep the demonetization on the video or go ahead and add monetization back. And 95% of the cases, videos that I challenge and say, you know, hey, the system demonetized this video, but it clearly is in line with YouTube policy, 95% of all those videos always get remonetized. The problem is it takes about 2 to 4 days for a human reviewer to actually sit down and review the video to give it the monetized status. So what happens is, you know, we'll do an unboxing video showing a bunch of firearms that we've gotten in. I try and publish it, it gets demonetized, I request a review, and it's like 3 or 4 days later before it's finally approved and then I can upload it. Well, the timeline on that doesn't make sense because, again, by the time the video then goes live and you guys see it, most of those firearms are gone because things move very quickly, or they've already been put up on the site or things like that. So I have actually made a choice to just personally move forward without monetization on the videos. This is a choice I made sort of at the beginning of this year, where we can film content and then publish it right away without waiting for a reviewer. The problem with that is that now means that all of those videos are demonetized by our choice, unfortunately, which has two impacts. Number one is the obvious financial impact. We're not getting any type of ad revenue from those videos. The other component is because the videos are not monetized, YouTube does not promote the content as much. So people will say, you know, I don't see it in my recommendations, I'm not getting notifications from YouTube. Well, that's because they're demonetized. YouTube wants you to go to the platform and watch monetized videos because those are videos that advertisers are playing ads on, and that's how YouTube makes money. So of course they're going to put other videos out in front of you before they put a demonetized video like one of mine out, which, you know, obviously has an impact on views. One of the biggest examples about this, and you know, I'll get into this more specifically, are the weekly used gun reviews. So a lot of you guys have come to the channel because of those videos. I've always enjoyed making them. For those of you who haven't watched them, the format basically is I will take, it used to be 8, now it's 6 firearms, and I will do about a 4 or 5 minute review on each one, going really in depth into the history of the firearm, giving a bunch of information. I know a lot of people like those videos. Back when we started publishing those videos about 2 years ago, the average views that we would get on them is about 30 to 50,000 views. So a lot of people would see them, which gave me a lot of interest in continuing the production of those videos. Now, every time we put out a new weekly used gun review video, it gets between 10 and 15,000 views. So about a third of what they used to do, again, because the videos are not being promoted as much as they used to. Another component of that we've noticed, you know, at least in the landscape of the firearm industry as a whole, is a lot of people tend to be driven towards political content. So ever since Joe Biden was elected as the president, there's obviously been a lot of things going on politically when it comes to gun control, firearm related regulations, rules by the ATF. You guys definitely know what I'm talking about, all the stuff that's come out over the past couple years. everybody is obviously very interested in knowing what the heck is going on with all that stuff. So all those YouTube channels that are based strictly on the politics of things, where they're talking about new rules, regulations, laws, you have a lot of attorney-based video creators, all those that content has absolutely exploded. And what I've noticed is a decrease in interest in actual firearm-related content. People talking about guns for the sake of talking about guns. People obviously still want to watch that stuff, but it's really the political stuff that's really getting the clicks. That's true on my channel as well. Anytime I've done a political-based video, they drastically outperform the videos that we do that are just based in firearm content. It used to be the inverse of that when there wasn't a lot of political stuff really going on in the Trump era, really. I know there was some stuff, but by and large it was pretty calm. People were really gravitated towards the firearm content and not so much the political stuff, which again was a trend that I noticed on my videos. So let's get back to the weekly used gun review. This is another big question I get from a ton of people is, again, it looks like all the videos you guys are doing are unboxing videos. What happened to the weekly used gun review? I enjoyed the format of 6 to 8 guns really going into the history and giving a ton of information on a very small subset of firearms, as opposed to the more superficial approach of the unboxing videos, which you guys sort of just glaze over very, superficial characteristics of the firearm and their condition and things like that. Why is that? And is that going to be the format of the channel moving forward? The answer to that is I don't know if that is going to be the format of the channel moving forward. We're trying different things. The reality of it is, again, going back to the monetization and all that, the weekly used gun reviews and the unboxing videos get about the same amount of viewership. But the difference is the weekly used gun review videos take a tremendous amount of time. So all those firearms, I am researching and learning a lot about the stuff I'm talking about before I turn on the camera and start talking. This isn't all just, compiled data in my head. A lot of it is, timeline stuff. I've been over these firearms many times before, and I myself am a fanatic when it comes to the historical relevancy of firearms. So a lot of this stuff I know the general context, but very specific dates, specific names, specific locations, and evolutionary, characteristics and changes of particular firearms that lead up to what I'm talking about on the table. A lot of that stuff I'm not only researching, I'm learning. I'm not sitting there with a fact sheet off to my side. You can tell with the cadence of how I'm talking, I am speaking from memory, at least short-term memory, because I am reading and learning and sort of rehearsing and planning what I'm going to say so that everything comes out in a concise manner. You guys don't feel like you're just being read to. So that is my approach on that. Because of that, a single weekly used gun review, when it comes to research, when it comes to filming and editing, can take upwards of about 10 hours to produce. The unboxing videos, however, Randy and I knock those out in like 45 minutes. So the time restraint is very different. It's not that I don't mind putting in the time to do it, because I personally enjoy doing the weekly used gun review videos more, because I enjoy learning about things that I don't necessarily know about that I'm talking about. And I enjoy giving that information to you guys, and I enjoy that format. I just feel like it's sort of better information in general, but the overall viewership response is that people are happy either way with the unboxing videos or the weekly used gun review. And from a time standpoint, we're trying to get more content out more frequently, and there's a reason for that too, and I'll explain. Additionally, on top of that is, as the business is growing, my time is being stretched in many different directions, so I have to try and find ways to cut my attention in certain aspects so that I can apply my attention in other places as our business is growing and my time is needed elsewhere within the business. With the weekly used gun review, I don't have the time to put out 3, 4, 5 in a week. And again, if I can do 2 unboxing videos in the same amount of time it takes me to do 1 weekly used gun review video, from a viewership standpoint, it seems to make sense to do that. Now, I do want your input, guys, though. I know a lot of you have been loyal to the channel and have watched those. I have almost 100 of them that have been made, so it's like 800 firearms that I've reviewed on those videos alone, going back about 2 years. So if that's a deal breaker for a lot of you, if that's the only reason you're here and you really don't like the unboxing videos, and I get a lot of feedback from you guys down below, I will definitely take that into consideration and try and work those videos back in. But if you guys don't really care and the unboxing videos are okay, or other content recommendations you guys might have, then please let me know that as well, and that will really shape my decision moving forward. The last weekly used gun review video I did was about a month ago, but I'm still getting questions in my email and in comments of newer videos, including unboxing videos, about the weekly used gun review videos. So I just want to let you guys know that. Okay, moving into sort of the next thing is going to talk specifically about the unboxing videos and the business WeBuyGuns.com. There's a little bit of a relationship there, obviously, as in the videos we are unboxing firearms that are sold to us and shipped to us by way of our website WeBuyGuns.com. One of the questions I get really in terms of the videos, this is one of the most common ones I get, is why do you not discuss pricing? There's several reasons for that. Now, in the weekly used gun review videos, we did discuss pricing, but the format was obviously the camera was overhead on a black backdrop. It was not very obvious to the viewer or to a YouTube moderator that we are a gun shop standing inside of a gun shop and that the guns we're talking about are in fact products that we are selling. It is strictly, they are very obviously just reviews and giving historical context on the firearms that we are talking about. And in the context of that, when I talk about values, I say, here is a general value spread of what this should go for. We're not saying, hey, we're selling this for $550, give us a call. Now, there are some channels who do exactly that, and that's fine, but that is in violation of YouTube's policies. Okay, we cannot promote the sale of firearms on their platform. And I know a lot of people get away with that, channels that their entire channel is based on doing nothing but that. But I don't want to risk actually, very obviously violating their policies and the risk of having my channel removed. I put a lot of work into it, and that's something I don't want to risk. Now, I actually had, before the weekly used gun reviews, for many of you who have been around long enough, I had the Used Guns of the Week review. Now, the Used Guns of the Week, I had about 30 of those videos up. They were just like the weekly used gun review, but in those videos, I did go deep into the sales price of the guns. I would talk about their actual price, and then I would do a recap from the guns from the previous week, and actually talk about what those firearms are legitimately what we sold them for. So we were giving real prices on the guns specifically to them, and it wasn't so vague as talking about a value range, which is what we do on the weekly used gun review now. You can go to BitChute and watch those videos if you want to see that type of format. Now, long story short, when we were doing those videos, I got basically 15 of them removed, and I got a channel strike for one of them because I was promoting the sale of firearms on YouTube. I quickly took down all the rest, so all 30 of those videos, I had like 1.5 million views amongst all of them, so that really sucked. And then I had to reshift into the weekly used gun review format, which was a little bit watered down when we talked about pricing. Now, how that equates to the unboxing videos is in the unboxing videos, we are very obviously in a gun store. Okay, there's guns behind us on a rack. We're, talking about what is very obviously inventory items. Okay, what my fear is pulling those firearms out of boxes, standing inside a gun store, and then talking about prices that could be viewed very obviously as trying to promote the sale, because we're saying, hey guys, here's a gun that we just got in that we're selling, and here's the price. I mean, that's promoting the sale. Not trying to bend to the YouTube overlords, I guess I am, but I have to play nice if I'm going to be on the platform. I have looked into alternative modes. I am on BitChute, as I said. I created a Rumble, although I haven't posted anything to it. I am on Utreon, so my entire video catalog is there. But, we put up a video on YouTube and get, 10 or 20,000 views. That same video on an alternate platform won't even break 100 views. So the audience is obviously very different. So we can't put all of our eggs in one basket and go to an alternative platform and cut our viewership down by 99%. The next question I get from the unboxing videos often is, how do I buy what you guys are unboxing? Again, not trying to, or I can't really directly in the videos promote the sale, so I understand why you guys have that question. Now, we do have attached to the WeBuyGuns.com website, which people use to sell us their firearms, or to at least get offers for their firearms. There is an online store tab, so you can go there and see the things that we have posted. Now, to be very clear, we have WeBuyGuns.com and the online store for WeBuyGuns.com. We also have a brick and mortar store here in Indiana known as Marksman Shooting Sports. It's actually the primary company that I started about 8 years ago. And that has a physical, footprint. It's a physical brick and mortar gun store that people walk into during operating hours and purchase inventory. We made the decision about 6 to 8 months ago to go strictly used. We are only, dealing in used product, not new anymore. So the inventory we get through traffic at our front door, as well as through WeBuyGuns.com, is sufficient. We are getting enough of it to where we have gone strictly used, and that is all of our inventory. So even though we're unboxing a bunch of firearms in the unboxing videos, a lot of those guns do go to the retail shelves here in Marksman Shooting Sports, because we have to have inventory available for our local customers to buy. Otherwise, we would just have to close our store down. Now, the obvious question would be, why not list the inventory in both places? We thought about that as well. The problem is, and this is I'll just use an example to illustrate this point. Customers will routinely come in and want to look at 3 or 4 guns. Okay, very normal occurrence. They want to pick something out as their next concealed carry, their range gun, or whatever. So they'll look at 4 or 5 different options. And then they'll whittle it down to 3 and then 2, and then they'll end up with that one. But we could be spending, easily. Sorry guys, my battery just died, so I had to replace that. But what I was saying was, we could be spending 45 minutes to an hour with a customer showing them, 5 different firearms. They finally get it whittled down to the one they want, and then somebody snags it on the website. And then, that would lead that customer to being pretty irritated that they just spent an hour with us trying to find the gun that they wanted, then they picked one and then it got bought out from under them. So we're trying to navigate that as well and make sure that that doesn't happen to our local customers. So, there's a little bit of, give and take we have to do with where we place our inventory. Now, another thing as well is we will, get in the, basically how the business process works with the videos and the inventory is we will get the shipments in, we will film us actually unboxing them. So all the firearms that are being unboxed in those videos you're seeing in real time as we are pulling them out of the boxes. You guys see us cut the tape off and everything with the scissors. The scissors is another thing. But then we evaluate them, we get them logged into our book. Those videos are typically filmed after hours. We'll get in all the guns, we'll film after we close for the most part. Sometimes we'll get away with filming during the day, which is why in some videos you do hear customers come in and stuff like that. We get them logged in, we notify the customers the following day, we pay the customers for all the firearms, we get them tagged and either out on the shelves or start putting them up on the website, and then we launch the video. So when the video goes up, all the inventory is out and for sale. So if you watch an unboxing video 6 hours after it goes up, all those other people have already seen it, and those firearms that are on the website have most likely been purchased, or they're firearms from the unboxing video that are in our store and haven't made it to the website. In terms of timing, so we have a person who comes in part-time and does all the photography and puts the firearms up on the website. Typically that happens on Wednesdays and Fridays. So Wednesdays about, mid to late afternoon, and Fridays mid to late afternoon, that stuff's going up. And then once it's on the website, we publish the video. So stuff like that could actually be selling before the video is even live. So that's why a lot of times you guys see stuff unboxed and a lot of it's already sold or sells very quickly after the video goes up, which is why it's not always available. Now, our phone number is published on our website. If you see something and it's not on the website, you can always give us a call, and a lot of people do, and say, hey, I saw this in the unboxing video, is it still there? And then we can tell you, and if it is, we can sell to customers over the phone. We do that all the time too. We just take payment over the phone and then arrange the FFL and get that shipped. So we do that with a lot of people as well. There is that option as well. So we're trying to figure out the best way to sort of promote this stuff. I don't want people to get frustrated that things aren't available. The main purpose of the unboxing videos anyway is just for fun and entertainment. So it really is not, the main intended purpose is not to market and sell everything, although that is obviously a component of it to show you guys the stuff coming in. But again, we're looking for that balance to make sure that, everybody either locally or our viewers on YouTube have an opportunity to do business with us. Obviously, we are a business and we would like to sell the things that we are getting. So there's that element of it as well. Now, we are getting shipments in on a daily basis, so not every single firearm that is sent in to us makes it onto the videos. That's another question I get from a lot of people, is people want to sell us stuff because they want to see it in the videos. That's not always possible. We try and get as much of that as we can, which is another reason why we're focusing so much on the unboxing videos, is because, if we can unbox 10 or 15 firearms, 3 times a week, that's, 30 to 50 firearms you guys are seeing. Is just more variety of content and more of an opportunity for people's firearms to make it into the videos than if we just did a, weekly used gun review every week where we're only showing 6 or 8. That's a kind of another reason why we're kind of gravitating in that direction, is so we can show you guys a bigger variety of the things that we are getting in. And at the end of the day, as I mentioned earlier, the YouTube channel is very much tied to our business. So we would like to sort of showcase what we're doing here in our store and with the WeBuyGuns.com website as much as possible to sort of promote that stuff as well. Now, finally, things are developing here with us. We will be, sort of in the next phase of things, We will be improving upon the website, try to make it more streamlined and more heavily integrated. We also want to implement a way for people to do trades with us. I know a lot of people have reached out to us about trading things in rather than just receiving cash or a check or anything like that. A lot of our local customers, that's easy to do. We can do trade transactions all the time. You know, when people come in physically with a firearm, it's not a problem. When it comes to, you know, shipping firearms in, there's a little bit of a delay, obviously. So from the time the offer is accepted and shipped to us, several days have gone by. So if there's something on the website, chances are it could be sold. So we have kind of a clunky process in place right now where, you know, as soon as something ships, somebody can tell us that they're interested in something. We'll take it off the website and then sort of call them and arrange for payment in either direction. So it's not as streamlined as we would like it. You know, but the We Buy Guns website's not even 2 years old. So we are working on making better integrations there, as well as integrating those in a more streamlined fashion with our actual, you know, physical in store, the inventory that's actually listed up for sale in our store exclusively in that regard as well. We're also, you know, limited in space. We have a very small brick and mortar store location that we're effectively running an e-commerce business out of as well through the small limited space in the back room. So we're going to be looking at sort of developing that as well and hopefully expanding our square footage in the next couple years to give us more space, which would give us more storage capacity to put more things up on the website as well. So we are working on all that stuff, trying to make the process better for you guys, trying to make the content better. And, you know, there's other elements, some other video ideas that I had thought about. You know, we're getting more and more into estates. A lot of people, especially locally, have been bringing in or talking about estates. So if we could take the camera on the road, if you will, to go film estate collections and stuff like that, of course with the consent of the seller. We would never, you know, go there and then turn on cameras without them being aware, especially in their own home. But if, you know, they would give us that consent, you know, we would like to implement things like that, sort of like, you know, the Antique Roadshow or what are the Pickers Roadshow or whatever that's called. We thought about elements of that as well for the channel, which should just kind of diversify the content you guys are seeing. But for right now, you know, time and space is limited. The business is taking more and more of our time, so we're kind of having to try and whittle down the cost in terms of time in a lot of different avenues and try and make everything really seamless and work together. So again, I wanted to take the time to address your questions and explain the business processes so you guys had a better idea of kind of the direction we're going and the questions that you have, you know, why things are the way they are now and what we're working towards to make the overall experience on YouTube and on our websites and in our store more enjoyable. So anyway, guys, thanks for sticking with me to this point. I really appreciate you watching this video and letting me clear up those things. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more updates more frequently like this, let me know and I'm happy to do that. Please do give me a like. If you come back and watch our videos often, please do subscribe. It does help us in the algorithm as well. But anyway, guys, I think that about clears it up, so I will leave you off with that. I am Chris with Marksman Shooting Sports and WeBuyGuns.com in Westfield, Indiana. We will see you next time.